23rd episode of the 3 Count Out podcast. My name is Era V1, and it has been a while since I have been able to say that, because this week, it's not all of us, but I'm here. We kind of swapped. Kev might be joining a little bit later. I don't know. We'll see. But this week, I am joined with two men. Gentlemen, go ahead and introduce yourselves.
You know what? I'm Mike. I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy you're back, man. It's been a few weeks without you. I was quite sad. But you're back. Finally.
I know what you did last summer, but to be honest, I just don't care that much. Hi, I'm Jackal. God, it's nice to have a little bit of decorum back around, huh?
Yeah, and Jackal, you don't know what I did last summer, but you know what I did this summer, because part of the reason why I wasn't in the last episode was because you and I, we were in Sandusky, Ohio, but we were there for ColossalCon. And we went and we saw Mega Championship Wrestling. They had Cosplay Prowrestling. We watched Medea shoot a man. There were racist cops.
Well, she didn't shoot a man. She shot the one and only Kim Possible.
Well, yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. Yeah, Medea shot Kim Possible. Yeah. It was a weird one, but hey.
It was the most fun I've ever had in Ohio. I don't think it's ever going to be topped. And it also feels like I've been nursing a hangover for about the past week. So I am, I'm still taking my Pedialyte. I'm still drinking my Gatorade, but boy, oh boy, the hangover's still hitting hard, because it feels like I got hit as hard as Bowser hit Knuckles in what felt like was the match of the night.
Dude, I say Knuckles was a fucking tank.
Knuckles was a beast.
Yoked.
Knuckles, future WWE
Bowser
champion,
was
right
a giant, and Knuckles was a tank.
I swear to God, I feel so bad because I don't know any of these wrestlers' names. Like, I can't, go out and find them on.
I know
social
Phantom
media
Dragon.
because...
He was Naruto.
Yep. Because
I only know that because he wore his singlet that said Phantom Dragon.
He's not really that good at cosplay.
Or the brand,
when you have your
baby.
branding on there.
Or
with
the brand.
You. Like how I got tossed a nice Stone Cold Water from Stone Cold Ghost or Stone Ghost Steve Austin, dude.
What?
It was he was doing a ghost cosplay with Stone Cold, and I ended up talking to him afterwards, and he said he didn't drink, so he got Liquid Death, which is basically the closest thing to a can of beer without actually having a can of beer. And
it's like if
badass water.
It's like if CM Punk stole Stone Cold's gimmick.
Basically, that's really what it was.
Straight edge Steve Austin. Oh fuck!
He
that's
won the
a cool
match,
thing.
and I think he beat Barbie.
Yeah,
I think he won
they
the
were
match.
They were right before the Tekken match, right?
Oh, that's right. Oh no, I think it was. No, it was before the Tekken match before they started doing the racist cop angle.
The racist cops, and they fought another guy, and they had a Tekken match, and we had to wait like 4 hours for a payoff, and I was pissed about it.
The fact that you could say racist cop angle, and it's like, oh yeah, no, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was Big Boss Man 1 and 2.
It was
the wildest night of wrestling I've ever experienced. I chugged a water that was in basically next to one guy's dick. Era got all of it on camera. It was a great view of it.
Over at TikTok, over at the 3 Count Out podcast over on TikTok. We were live. And hey, that a good point there. You should be following us on TikTok if you're not, because now we can go live. So anytime we go to indie wrestling events or whatever, I may or may not be going to AEW in the next couple of weeks, and I may or may not try to pull out my phone and go live, and we'll see if the account gets banned. If it happens, it happens. But you go follow us over there if you're not, because there's going to be some good stuff coming out there soon.
We'll see how.
I know while I was watching, we saw the most dastardly heel turn of Woody.
Oh my God!
I mean, started as a good guy and ended the night as just a rat bastard.
That's a son of a bitch, I'll tell you that much. He threw water on Megan. I
can't believe
bad for Megan.
I never saw that movie, but I assume that's like how you kill her.
I don't know. She's like a serial killer she's like a female Chucky, I think. I don't know. I didn't.
But no, she's just a robot. She's not like a possessed.
Oh,
robot.
She's a robot.
Got it.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
she's AI that becomes too sentient, and her main goal is to protect this girl, and
so she's the Terminator.
Kinda.
She's a robot that has to protect somebody. She's the Terminator or RoboCop.
The problem is that they made it PG-13, so any good kills, they were like, "This is a good kill. Throw it away. Get rid of it. We don't want it here.
Want it? Get it out of here." I'm gonna be honest. I feel
good
like
kills. They did the Nia
now.
Jax spot at the Cosplay Championship Wrestling.
They did.
That's
right. Somebody did get smooshed.
Yes.
Oh, that was so.
You're Queen of the Ring, Nia Jax, mind you.
Turn to mush. Who is going to be challenging Bayley at SummerSlam, right?
Yes.
There we go. All right, I watched. Multiple. If you were a Star Trek fan, you would have also have loved.
Oh my god,
MCW Cosplay Wrestling, because they did about 6 Star Trek matches, and ERA was able to pull back the curtain on one of them as Spock. Yes.
Spock is Sonny Defarge. He was my coach for a little bit when I wanted to learn what bumping felt like and realized that ain't not for me. But he's Sonny Defarge. I think he wrestles for ETWA up in Vermont. But yeah, that's my Spock, baby. He's got the cool. I told you he has like the twirly mustache. I think last year he was Luigi or Waluigi.
That's awesome.
That's my Spock, man. And I was the only person there cheering for Spock, and I don't give a fuck. That was awesome. I lost my voice in that match. I went back and I watched the live recording, and that's when I lost my voice. You can hear it crack as soon as he comes out, and I'm like, Spock! And my voice just, Spock! It just like cracks. It's just gone.
I will say they did miss out on a very easy Star Trek versus Star Wars, which is what I would have preferred, but I'm not a booker.
You want to talk about booking? How about the story of the night that we had at Cosplay Championship Wrestling?
Oh my god,
with fucking Steve from Blue's Clues, and we talked about heel turns before, but Blue making a heel turn against Steve. I thought they were gonna do like Steve versus Joe or something, because like we were getting clues all throughout the night on who Steve's opponent was. We were helping him find the clues. And the first clue was like it was somebody that Steve knows. It was like, ooh, it's gonna be someone from Blue's Clues. And then the second clue was that it's someone that lived in his house while he was at college. And I was like, oh my god, it's Steve versus Joe. But it wasn't Steve versus Joe. It was Steve versus Blue. I forget what the third clue was. I think it was like I'm behind you or just some
turn around or
like
something.
That. But yeah, that was an insane match. Steve is fucking yoked, dude.
No, easily. Steve was the holy shit, the performer and physique of the night, mind you, because woof.
Hey, Steve, freakoutnoutpod at gmail.com.
I want to try to go back and like see and get a hold of or like find an MCW website, MCW Twitter. Yeah. Because not only that, getting a hold of all the wrestlers that we were able to watch and talk to, because I really like the intimate setting of the convention. Great. It was awesome. I want to be able to go back and find our best friend, the ref.
Yeah,
I want to be able to talk to him again.
when we were standing on the ringside every single time, 1, 2, and he'd throw up the 2, and he'd look over at us, and we'd be like, "Yeah, 2."
It's like you're doing your job good. You're doing a fantastic job, ref. That was 2.
Or when the racist cops came in the ring, and I was like, "Bro, you don't have to stand here. You have rights. You can." He like got out of the ring. I fucking love, or oh my god, I loved that one guy that was just sitting behind their sound booth and he was just yelling at the wrestlers.
Oh yeah, just
he was only there to heckle people. Yeah.
Wouch.
Yeah, Mega Championship Wrestling. Yeah, that's the name of the actual company. But yeah, I would love if anybody from it, I'm not fucking shooting that out into the ether. If anybody from Mega Championship Wrestling is listening,
please
get us names, man. Get us names. We'd love to talk. I wanna talk to Medea.
It was like the big booty beat down, and
the big booty beat down, and then there was the white girl that twerked.
She made fun of the white girl who's trying to cosplay Alexa Bliss, and it's like,
oh yeah, that's right. No, it was absolutely Alexa Bliss. That's what she said her name was.
You're right. It was 100%.
She's Alexa Bliss.
Shoot Alexa Bliss at ColossalCon. Yep.
Making an indie promotion before fucking next Monday.
I couldn't figure out whether or not she was like 12 or 40. I was having a hard time trying to decide.
Listen, man, it's not my place to figure that out.
Nope,
you know,
me neither.
Alexa Bliss, I think she's in her like 30s, right?
Oh, Alexa Bliss is? Yes, but that person that we saw,
that was Alexa Bliss. That's what I'm saying.
Again, sorry, mind slip, stupid day. Anyways, it was fun.
A perfect 1-for-1. Her and Asuka, they were there at the show together.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
They decided to travel to glorious Sandusky, Ohio.
There was Alexa Bliss and Asuka and Macho Man Randy Savage and Mick Foley.
They were all
come on, we gotta say all these names so I can put it in the episode tags. Come on, there was
I think I saw a Kenny Omega cosplayer.
Oh, of course. Yeah, Kenny Omega. Actual Bryan Danielson was there. Yep.
Yeah. Regardless.
I believe it.
That was probably the most fun wrestling experience I've had. It was just such stupid fun, and I would do it again in a heartbeat. And I actually do think they are coming back to ColossalCon next year. So awesome. It was so nice. We're gonna do it twice, baby, or at least confirmed right now. I am at the moment.
Yeah, I have in September. We have ColossalCon East. Over in the Poconos. Which is, I'm not gonna give out too much information, but not too far from where I moved to. So we are looking into getting over there, and I gotta see if they have any wrestling or anything like that, because I normally go to Philly Fan Expo, at the convention center, but they have pro wrestling stuff there, but they don't do any pro wrestling shows. So that was my first time like at a convention and seeing pro wrestling. I've gone to indie shows, but like that environment was just insane, and everyone was drunk as fuck. And it
worked out so good. It worked out so good. We were right
also
there.
If anybody at ColossalCon, if you found a 3 Count Out business card, let us know. I'm legitimately curious. Somebody signed us up for Christian Mingle.
Oh shit.
Yeah. To be fair, the email address is public, even if it's not on a business card. I still have that very much out there. So I don't know, but I know you got signed up for Black People Meet, I think, right?
I did.
And for context, Jackal, not black.
No, not at all. Not in the slightest. But my God, it was right now. Both you and Mike are my only two culprits, as you two were the only ones who responded to it on Twitter. So,
well, I'm wondering because did you put business cards on a door? Because I taped some of our cards on the doors because people had those signs up, and I'm wondering if somebody just got pissed and I just taped it to their door. Did you put a card on a door? Maybe it was the same person.
I don't think I did. I think my partner may have. I think my significant other did. So
it must have been the same person.
Yeah, but I would not put it past him.
Well, hey, we're gonna use it as an opportunity to network, so you can find the 3 Count Out podcast on Christian Mingle.
There it is.
Swipe right. I don't know how that website works.
You can find Jackal on BlackPeopleMeet.com.
There you go. We'll let FGK run that profile. It's a bit
of course.
Oh, there you go.
Maybe maybe
something to do.
Maybe that's his punishment for not being here. For context, FGK is currently fighting in the trenches of
his
auto parts store. Yeah. So, Maybe that's what we do. We can sign him up for something like that. But I mean, hey, we still had a lot of fun that weekend, and there's a lot of fun last weekend, and then this upcoming weekend,
gonna have even more
fun. I think the day that you're listening to this, a lot more fun. So, do you guys just want to jump right into it, Mike? I know you had some football you wanted to talk about too, right?
Oh, it's just the depression that is Michigan sports. Yeah, the UFL, the conference championships were going on, and we then decided, because they were pretty dominant for a good chunk of the season, or at least they won, and then they faced the Birmingham Stallions 2 weeks in a row and lost both. They started off on Saturday up by 13-16, and then in the span of like a half, Birmingham was like, "Oh, that's right, we're playing football," and came back and scored like 40 unanswered points.
Oh shit!
Go Michigan!
Yeah, but you guys have that crazy
Michigan
kicker.
Panthers quickly eliminated. Yeah, well, and he got injured, so who knows?
Wow.
But yeah, they're done for the season. It's probably going to be the Birmingham Stallions that end up taking everything, because they're pretty much. I think they lost one game, so I think they still have the best record. But,
and that's Birmingham, Alabama.
Yeah, that
makes sense.
That was pretty much when the XFL was really going at it. That was kind of where it was the biggest.
That makes sense too. I feel like, Alabama is a very strong football school, so of course, you're just going to get all the NFL rejects that are already down there.
Yeah, exactly. They're just gonna be like, "Hey, so we heard you guys were hiring." You
got to pad that resume.
Usually, after the USFL, XFL seasons, normally is the nice time period where all the NFL teams go, "Oh, so there are a bunch of other guys that can play football. All right." The little grace period where anybody who's worth a damn gets sucked up by whatever NFL team gets their hands on first. Like, I hope to God the Lions pick up that kicker who's constantly drilling them from 60 plus with the Panthers.
Why wouldn't you?
Hope.
Why wouldn't you?
I don't know, because it's the Lions, and I always get nervous about him.
Yeah, but he's got a fucking rocket, dude.
I know.
He's kicking 50 or 60 yards. That's insane.
I know the Lions are going to take too long, and all of a sudden the Eagles are going to swoop in and be like, "Hey, steak," and I'll be like, "Okay, you guys got to me first."
We got Jake Elliott. We're all right.
Oh,
you can have him.
That makes me feel better then.
You can have him.
Perfect. You want to know what else makes me feel better?
What makes you feel better?
Drew McIntyre in Glasgow, Scotland.
Drew. Yeah, actually, we could get in a little bit of Clash of the Castle. I can't do a Scottish accent. But we can do some predictions. There were
beautiful attempts.
I don't know if I'd call them beautiful, but there were two wrestling events. The last week, actually the time that we're recording this yesterday, but at the time that you're hearing this last weekend, was NXT Battleground, which was NXT, TNA, and UFC all working together. But let's get into what you are going to watch. I think the day that this comes out, right, is Clash on Saturday.
And I think it's like,
I believe so.
UK pay-per-view. That means it's at like 5 in the afternoon. I know it's not like the usual 8-9. I know it's a different time. Hold up. Wait a minute.
Yes, it is on Saturday. We're totally prepared.
Yeah, it's the 15th.
Doesn't tell me a start time, though.
Interesting. I thought it usually starts earlier because it's in the UK.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, so it is on the 15th. But yeah, so we have the main card starts at noon. Okay. So yes, it is on the 15th. Main card starts at noon, and we have there's a lot of matches here that I think have been a long time coming. We'll go ahead and start off with what I believe will finally be the moment that we have been waiting for. Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable for the Intercontinental Championship. We're not in Saudi. We're not in Saudi. Sami can lose.
The Saudi buff has been removed. And if you were talking to me yesterday, I would actually still be in the boat of Sammy retaining, because looking at Twitter, reports have been coming out that Gable's contract was coming to a close, but as of, I think, today, it has been said that the internal hope for WWE is looking like Gable is going to stay, or at least that is what the belief is, as contract negotiations are coming closer to an end, is what I've heard. We are recorded for context, as I always give. We record these on Mondays, right before Monday Night Raw. So as of right now, the current rumor on Twitter is that Chad Gable will at least be extending, if not getting like almost like a brand new contract. So I don't think Gable's going anywhere. And I think especially with them working with the Creed brothers and stuff, you kind of see them like in the background talking to each other a lot. I feel like they're gonna get involved. There's gonna be a run in and something like that. But man, I think we're about to have a heel Chad Gable Intercontinental Champion, and I am so fucking happy. He's gonna be like perk angle to the max. It's gonna be great. I hope so, because again, I enjoyed the match that Sammy and Gunther have at Mania, but Sammy's reign with the title, I'm like sort of, I'm okay without it. So hopefully Gable picks it up. A nice fresh Gable, perk angle, coming in clutch. And I think he can do some wonderful things with that title. Give me Chad, baby.
I mean, I hope it's Chad. It should be.
You got to think about it.
I'm gonna say it's Chad with the help of the Creeds, and that's what I'm hoping happens, because we need the Creeds back on TV. They deserve some goddamn gold. Chad deserves some damn gold for just carrying matches for a bit. So I'm hoping it's Gable with the Creed brothers.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that the Creed brothers aren't just getting fucking filler matches at least every week is insane, because like you put them in the ring, it's guaranteed to be a great match. And speaking of great matches, and to be honest, I don't even know if this is going to be seen as it should be seen as the main event of Clash at the Castle, but it's not going to be, so we're going to talk about it second, because it's probably where it's going on the card. The undisputed WWE Championship, we're going to have Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles in an I Quit match. I don't think AJ's winning this. I loved that Mark Henry spot though. The whole retirement speech, and like I know I was reading online that Mark Henry was saying that like he could tell right away from like where they were standing in the ring and how the posturing was. It was like the exact same. So it was very much like, this spot has worked before, let's run it again. I love that they had the Good Brothers come out, and they all...
Well, and he also said he thought it was he thought AJ did it perfect.
Yeah.
He was like, nobody else could have... He's like, he did it perfect. He did it as good as me. He's like, I was so proud to see it happen. I was like, hell yeah, get it, AJ.
I didn't get to watch it live, but I saw a spoiler of what had happened. And then I was scrolling through and I finally got to watch the clip. And like even knowing what happened at the end, I was like, oh man, this might be it. AJ might be done. I had to be like, no, you fucking, I know he's going to Styles Clash Cody Rhodes off the fucking stairs. Like, but no, I mean, it was just done so well. And unfortunately, like I said, I feel like your undisputed WWE Championship should always be the main event. But I mean, Clash of the Castle, we all know what the main event's really going to be. We'll get there when we get there. But I mean, an I Quit match with Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles, like this is going to be fucking awesome. Like these two dudes can't do a bad match.
It's going to be a banger.
Yeah.
Those two are going to beat the absolute piss out of each other.
In whatever alternate universe where Cody Rhodes doesn't defeat the Bloodline to win this title, this match absolutely is a 50-50 on paper. I think any other scenario where it's, just like a John Cena WWE champion, an Orton WWE champion, Seth Rollins WWE champion, whatever scenario you can think of, if it's genuinely anybody else, this match is a 50-50. It's just with how much it took for Cody to knock off Roman and that 4-year reign still looming down our necks. I still think it is way too early for Cody to drop it right now.
Yeah.
But like I said, any other time in any other match, I wouldn't be able to tell you who wins this, because I do see a world where AJ does make Cody say, I quit, but just not this one, unfortunately. And,
listen, if the Good Brothers and AJ are back, if the OC is back, that's 3 versus 1. Is Cody going to call on The Undertaker again? Again, we run into the same problem of, if there's multiple people in, if AJ's the heel, of course he wants the numbers game, right? So, if they do that, it's what's going to happen to AJ, or what's going to happen to Cody? But, I agree. I feel like it's too early to take the belt off Cody. Somebody else, another team, I should say, that I feel like it's too early to take the belts off of. For the WWE Women's Tag Team Champion, we have Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill versus Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark versus Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. I feel like I know a lot of times they do the triple threat as we can take the title off and they don't look weak. I feel like this entire triple threat is just that way. Bianca and Jade both have 2 people each they can carry.
And they're gonna do the spot. They're gonna pick them up directly right next to each other.
Yep.
Face hard cam, and that's gonna be highlighted in their promo package for the inevitable match between these two in the future.
One of them is at least hitting a double suplex. I assume Bianca Belair is gonna hit a double KOD. I don't know how, but I feel like she's gonna try. Because why else would you put these many people in a match together?
Oh yeah, she'll be able to figure it out. She's a smart cookie. But there's no way that any of these teams are going to beat them. Not at all. Jade.
Yeah, I don't want to agree with you guys, but I kind of have to. But at the very least, they have to make Isla and Alba look strong because Scottish girls in Scotland.
Oh, they have the Scotland buff.
You have to make them look good at least. Obviously, I don't think unless they're already starting the Jade Bianca angle, which I think it'd be too early. But
I don't think so.
If they were going to do that, then you have one of them get messed up and get pinned, and then we make these belts irrelevant again. But yeah, I think unfortunately Bianca and Jade are probably taking the W in Glasgow, and they're going to get booed for the first time.
Yeah. Well, you want to talk more about a Scotland buff here, because this is the one place where I think she could do it. For the WWE Women's Championship, we have Bayley versus Piper Niven. Normally,
in a match that just came about last week.
And normally I would say that, hey, it's a lack of build. It's Piper Niven. Probably not. But I feel like WWE, for whatever reason, just doesn't care about Bayley. She hasn't been on fucking posters. She has, that's the meme going around. So I don't know. It's the Scotland buff. And I feel like if Triple H wanted to do something that nobody would see coming, but still make Scotland happy, I feel like that's something they could do. Plus, in my opinion, Bayley has always been better on the chase, especially if she's like a face. If she's healed, yeah, she can have that championship. She can hold on to it. She can surround herself with people. She can kind of go more into that damage control Bayley of I'm a big deal when I wrestle because I don't wrestle often. But when you're a face like that, she doesn't have a lot to work with. And I don't know. I feel like face Bayley is just better without gold. I like when she has a championship. I like Bayley a lot. But I'll say the same thing about The Undertaker. He's one of my favorite wrestlers, but he was always better on the chase. What do you do when you have the
True.
world heavyweight title? You know, like, what do you do when you have the women's WWE championship? Cody Rhodes can defend because that's what we've all been waiting for him to do ever since he started AEW. It's like, cool, we want to see you with this belt. This is the payoff. But for Bayley, it's like, okay, cool. What has she done? Nothing, because WWE hasn't given her anything. So they could, pull the trigger with Piper Niven and reset everything, and Scotland would be happy about it. Plus, I mean, she's Piper Niven. She's, if you want to look at just, weight classes between the two, if there were a real fight, Piper Niven could knock Bayley the fuck out. Like,
are you saying at SummerSlam we have the potential for big, meaty women slapping meat?
I didn't think of that beforehand, but hold on a minute. That could actually be Piper Niven versus Nia Jax, and then is out there punching each other in the face. That could be a good match.
That'd be a hell of a match.
And if you want to talk about equality, what have you gotten big, meaty women slapping meat?
I
am for it.
I am so happy that she's also Piper Niven and not Doudrop.
Oh, yeah.
We just take a second and realize how dumb that rebrand was.
Doudrop.
For the love of God.
Yeah, leave it to Vince. Oh, she's fat. Give her a stupid name.
Yeah, that's right.
Thanks, Vince.
It looks like a drop of water when she wears blue. It's like a dewdrop. Ha ha ha. Get out. Here's your medicine, Grandpa. Unfortunately, I do not share the same sentiment because I still feel like, as much as I want to see Piper Niven, Nia Jax, SummerSlam, I still feel like Nia looks like more of a monster if she absolutely, like, straight up destroys Bayley at SummerSlam this year, because Bayley's like, oh, it's the lovable baby face. Oh my God, it's Bayley, everybody's favorite. Yeah, she does the Bayley to belly. Oh my God, she just got Medea just busted a cap in her ass. Like, oh my God, she's dead. Like, I think that will hit home more than Nia knocking off Piper Niven, because I'm still sticking to my guns that Nia wins at SummerSlam, holds that title to Mania, and Jade Cargill knocks off the beast Nia Jax for it. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Well, if the Scotland crowd isn't left happy by Piper Niven losing that match, they can be happy about what is going to be the main event of Clash at the Castle for the World Heavyweight Championship. Damian Priest against the Scottish psychopath, the Scottish warrior, whatever fucking nickname he has right now, Drew McIntyre. And man, this is Drew's moment, right? This is why Mania happened. This is it.
Because Damian gets his moment by being able to cash in. Of course, we already got that set in stone.
Yeah. The gay Undertaker.
Yep,
bisexual Undertaker.
It's
Pride Month, Mike. You have to get.
I don't want to be sensitive about it.
Please. Yeah.
Bisexual Undertaker. Yeah.
And I feel like everything that's going on with Judgment Day right now, with Liv, Dominic, all that fun stuff, kind of lends itself more to Damian also losing, because he's going to be having his hands full with all the trying to keep his cronies under control.
Yeah, you don't need a title in there to complicate.
Question: is it going to be the Judgment Day that causes him to lose the title?
Ooh, I didn't think about that. That.
I don't think so, but I could see them maybe doing something where, like, Dominic is supposed to have his back and Liv, distracts him or something like that, maybe.
Yeah, or Liv distracts him, he fucks up, gives a chair to Drew instead, or ends up distracting Damian somehow, and then boom, Claymore, hit the 1, 2, 3. I mean, we all agree this has to be Drew's moment in Scotland, in front of his people, gets the loudest pop of his life.
I'm wondering.
But then there has to be some payoff for Damian Priest other than just, well, sorry, bud. Sucks to be you, huh, pal?
And I'm wondering if maybe, he is cleared. Maybe some big brain mind games from CM Punk. Maybe he costs the match so that way Drew wins. So that way he can challenge Drew.
Punk Drew for the title at SummerSlam sounds money to me.
Yeah, I don't know if they would wait for SummerSlam or if they'd hold on for Mania. I don't know. I mean, I feel like, is SummerSlam 2 nights this year, or does that start next year? Because I feel like if you need 2 main events. Year. Okay.
Actually, so I was just looking at that. They were talking about Minnesota. That's because they said it during NXT. That's 2026.
So 2 years from now, it's in 2 nights.
Yeah, they just said it during NXT, and it blew my mind because we were saying 2025.
Yeah,
what I thought it was.
Why are they talking about that?
I have no idea, but
they don't even know when WrestleMania is going to be in 2026.
Yeah, he said it twice on NXT, 2026, and I was like, "What?" So unless he misspoke,
okay.
But you can go back and watch it. Like he said, 2026. 2 separate times, and it just blew my mind.
Interesting. No, I fully thought that was fully thought that was next year's SummerSlam.
Yeah, I had no idea.
My mind is
so did I think everybody this year.
Okay.
Well, to continue the sentiment, I am all for striking while the iron is hot. So I am all for Punk Drew at this year's SummerSlam, 100%. Because the feud is good. Drew's a petty bitch. This is around the time that Punk should be getting healthy. Feed me that match right now.
Plus, I mean, if you're looking for like an easy T-shirt, you can do like Summer of Punk, because that was a thing. Like we could just bring all that shit back and just ramp this motherfucker back up. I like that idea. I'm all for it.
Book it.
You sold me,
you cowards.
Book it. Speaking of booking, fucking Chef Shawn Michaels over there is booking his little ass off because he put on a banger of a NXT Battleground PLE pay-per-view, whatever the fuck they call it now. And for the first time ever, there was a singles match on WWE television between a WWE champion and a TNA champion, and it happened in a UFC building.
If
That's
you were
fucking
to put
wild.
all of those 3 companies in the same sentence together 10 years ago, people on the internet would call you mentally challenged. Like
somewhere in Connecticut, Vince McMahon just had a stroke, and he doesn't know why.
Losing his mind. I think he just had a triple-double coronary at the thought of that.
It was so good. They should have been doing this years ago.
We started with Sexy Red saying, "Let's get this motherfucker started." That's how everything went off to start the night.
Yeah, I mean, if we're on the topic real quick, I could have done without Booker T creaming his pants at the commentary table, if I'm honest, because it sounded like he needed a room.
Booker T is down bad every fucking week, dude.
He is living his best life on NXT right now. I'll tell you that much.
He's loving NXT. Him and Shawn Michaels have the same Instagram feed. They are loving NXT. But our first match of the night for NXT Battleground, I mean, it was a banger PLE, and it started off with a banger match for the NXT Women's North American Championship. They had a 6-woman ladder match. Kalani Jordan, Lash Legend, Miriam, Sol Ruka, Fallon Henley, and Jada Parker. Kalani Jordan won. They did the fucking... It was a
good match.
Yeah, I loved that they did the ladder bridge spot. That was... love it. Always love it. And I guess they could do it because the Apex was smaller than a normal arena. So they could actually, make the ladder bridge like you can do in the fucking 2K game. You can bridge it between the edge of the ring and the announce table. And I don't know how Lash Legend didn't fucking break a rib hitting that, because she fucking smacked into that side first. She was thrown over the top rope onto it.
That thing was...
Yeah, she did a hell of a good spot on that. I mean, Sol Ruka hit 2 great soul cutters.
Yeah, Sol Ruka's insane.
Put on a good show to start.
The fact that Sol Ruka could just fucking do a soul cutter out of like literally out of nowhere. Randy better watch out. But then the next card on the next match on that card, for the NXT Tag Team Championship, we talked about them earlier, but they're on NXT. The OC, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, versus apparently this team is called the Supersonic Duo. I did not know that, but it is Axiom and Nathan Frazier.
All right, that's a dumb name. That's a really dumb name.
Never slow down the Supersonic Duo.
Yeah, and I mean, the Good Brothers looked dominant the whole damn time and beat their ass the whole damn time. And then it was like, Axiom and Nathan Frazier hit 2 moves and they win. Yay!
Yeah, it was the stereotypical, hey, what do you want to do before the match? Oh, we'll call it out there, kid. And it's all just watch the boot, watch this, watch that, blah, 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 blah. But I mean, it's a good match. It's a bunch of veterans beating up on the young kids, and then the young kids hit some flips, and then they win. I think there was a super Spanish fly in there, which is crazy.
That was the setup to the end. It was a super Spanish fly into a 450 splash, and that was the pin 1, 2, 3.
That sentence is insane. You know, the fucking DDT used to be a finisher.
It really was.
They hit a super Spanish fly, then they hit a 450 splash. Remember when Justin Gabriel was hitting 450 splashes and people thought you couldn't go any further? And now they're up to like 630 or whatever.
I mean, Ricochet used to hit before he realized he can't do it anymore, otherwise he might kill himself. He used to do a double moonsault, which is fucking insane.
Jesus.
God, I love Ricochet. I hope he stays with WWE forever.
Don't worry, they'll replace him with Rick O'Shea.
Oh, there we go. Ricochet.
Is that going to be Kevin's name? It's going to be his Irish moniker?
Ricochet.
Hello, boys. My name is Rick O'Shea.
Ricochet, top of the morning to you.
Yeah, listen, he's gonna do insane in AEW, because I feel like if he does leave WWE, that's where he's going. And if we get like
AEW, you better be paying Will Ospreay some fucking money for that one,
dude. If we get Ricochet versus Will Ospreay, if Ricochet can go back to how he was in like his PWG era, like right before he got signed to WWE when he was like fucking insane, that would be awesome, because I would love to see like Will Ospreay in his prime versus Ricochet in his prime, and like we can get that in AEW, and I feel like AEW can easily use that to sell out All In, because there's no non-competes anymore, because the US government said that they were illegal. So he can leave and just go right to AEW. He could be on Raw and then be on AEW this week.
Damn. That is, I think the last one that did that was Aleister Black?
Yeah, he had, because at the time it was a standard 90-day no-compete, but he was still under an NXT contract on the main roster, so he had a 30-day no-compete. So he was able to show up
that's what it was.
in a month. But we go from insane athletes of Ricochet and Will Ospreay and even Malachi Black, Aleister Black, whatever you want to call him, absolutely insane. We go from that to the NXT Underground match where 2 women just punched each other in the face for real, and the referee stopped it. Lola Vice versus Shayna Baszler. I'm not a fan of the NXT Underground matches. Maybe that's just because I also watch the UFC, so I don't want to watch a UFC fight in the WWE. But I do like how this match was presented, like, visually. It was different. They had different lighting. I mean, obviously they take the ring ropes off for the underground matches, but just they had, like, different lighting and stuff like that. It kind of made it stand out. But I feel like anytime you're doing these underground matches, you can just do a submission match and get the exact same finish. So I don't really understand why, but it was all right. There was nothing on the line. There was They were kind of just fighting the fight, which, sure, knock yourself out, I guess, literally. But I don't really have much to talk about because they just fucking held ankle locks for 5 minutes, and it's like, great. If this was a real ankle lock in a UFC fight, it'd be snapped in half.
Yeah, it'd be insane. Which is also the same reason why, when we were at SummerSlam this past year, we all kind of upped and left during the Shayna Baszler Ronda Rousey match, because it's great for the people who like that type of fighting, but for wrestling fans, it's just sort of meh. Gonna be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, they have done it better on NXT than like on the main roster, but it still looks kind of goofy. Because, like, apparently we missed Shayna and Ronda actually just beating the shit out of each other, which
they did.
Good for them, I guess. This didn't seem like that. This seemed a lot more fake. So, I don't know. When I got done watching it, I was like, all right, that was a thing.
That was time spent.
Yeah. It's, to me, the WWE and UFC, like, it's real easy for like a good UFC fighter to make the transition to WWE. Like we've seen that before. We've seen that with fucking Brock Lesnar. We've seen that with Ronda Rousey to an extent, stuff like that. But like you can't have a UFC fight in a WWE atmosphere. You can have a UFC fighter in a WWE atmosphere, but not a UFC fight. But talking about Brock Lesnar, let's talk about the new Brock Lesnar. Because I'm totally on fucking board. The NXT North American Championship. It was a triple threat match. Oba Femi versus Wesley and Joe Coffey. Oba Femi's a beast. He's insane.
Yeah, that man has some strength on him. He just
threw Wesley like a Like I'm moving around a lot, right? And I'm like throwing like couch cushions and pillows and stuff just to get him to the other side of the room. That's how Oba Femi threw Wesley off the fucking top rope. He just fucking pressed him off and was fuck you.
Threw him like a baby.
Yeah, and he went halfway across the ring. He threw like 10 feet. Holy shit.
Well, and then he went for a Meteora, and he caught him, like, what are you doing, silly? And then threw him down for a powerbomb. Like, what? This man's just catching other grown-ass men out of midair by their knees.
I love Oba Femi. When he gets up to the main roster, people are going to have to fucking run and hide. And he was great.
He was one of those guys that kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I think he was like an athlete. He was like a college athlete, right?
Yeah, I was going to say, I think he was a part of the, oh God, the name escapes me now. The NIL program, like that, the WWE going in through the college system and finding all of these freak athletes that are insanely gifted and talented, and they just have to, craft them and mold them to be able to talk in a microphone. And Oba Femi is easily the greatest thing to come out of that system right now, because, to be honest, I can't name another person that has, ?
Him, Sol Ruka was what? Fuck, I can't remember.
I think she played volleyball. I think
Kalani
right?
Jordan.
Yeah, Kalani Jordan.
Kalani Jordan was.
I think Lash Legend 2. I think she was like a basketball player.
Yeah. So those
I'm going to be honest. I don't really know, because the people that are coming in, when they get to NXT, they're doing insane shit, and you forget about the fact that they haven't been wrestling for like more than 6 months. It's insane.
Yeah, they're getting some. They're doing that homegrown talent thing the right way, and they are getting some damn good results.
It's like, this fucking guy was playing college basketball 2 months ago, and now he's the North American champion. That make sense, because it don't.
And even then, you get these people that have been wrestling for 6 months. Or, well, I mean, in Roxanne Perez's case, she's been wrestling longer for 6 months. But like, you get these people that have been wrestling longer for 6 months, and you put them on a card with someone like Jordan Grace, who's been wrestling for fucking how many decades? And like, you can't tell the difference. But that brings us to our next match. The fucking The match I never thought we would ever see happen in the WWE. Hell froze over. CM Punk came back. Vince McMahon left. And now we have Roxanne Perez versus Jordynne Grace for the NXT Women's Championship. Holy fuck. Like that, the fact that that match was even able to happen was insane. At this point, because Jordynne Grace looked great. And they did the part with like Tatum Paxley of like looking at her belt and being obsessed with it. But that's also just Tatum Paxley's gimmick, is that she's just obsessed with championships. I feel like TNA, they can't send over Jordynne Grace and then WWE send over Tatum Paxley. That's not an equivalent exchange. Like, I think at the very least, Roxanne has to go over to TNA for a match. And I think Jordynne Grace has an open challenge soon.
They're very much so teasing also, going back to Wesley for a second, because he's tired of getting his ass kicked. They're teasing the Rascals coming in and helping him out.
I hope.
So we'll get that fucking reunion. A long time coming. But I mean, can we also say for this match, ow? Because I imagine having your earring ripped out by fishnets, not fucking pleasant.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Oh, God.
Didn't Randy Orton rip somebody's earring out? Was it Edge? I thought he ripped somebody's earring out at one point.
I know Triple H ripped out Batista's nose ring.
Oh, maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, anytime piercings get ripped out, it always... I don't have any piercings myself, but I'm always just like, ooh, that you can't fake that. Like, you are...
Looking at you,
ripping that out. You know, like, oh, yeah.
Well, and this was a match that actually had some history, too, because, I mean, Roxanne was Roxy on the Indies, and she was actually in TNA for a cup of coffee. I believe lost to Jordynne Grace that time and then got to beat her this time.
Yeah, that was the setup, as they were like, oh, are you better than you were now, or whatever the fuck. Yeah, I mean, Jordynne Grace always looks amazing, so like you knew it was going to be a great match. Roxanne Perez is amazing, so you knew it was going to be a great match. And like there's at no point do you look at this on a card and go, yeah, this is gonna suck. Like,
yeah, no, you look at it and you're like, cool, I'm gonna watch a fantastic women's match.
Yeah, and
a fantastic match in general.
And they talked about it on commentary. They said that like NXT has like the best women's division in wrestling, and I know that they were just saying that as like a a marketing or a tagline or just saying it, but I mean, man, for the first time, it feels like WWE commentary is telling the truth, because it does really feel like NXT has the best women's division in wrestling behind maybe fucking Joshi, and that's unfair because they don't have any men. So
they only are women.
But then, of course, we get to the main event of the evening for the NXT Championship, and this is my one problem with NXT Battleground exists in this match. I've been wanting to rant about this for so long. So, gentlemen, if you will indulge me, give me one moment here.
Floor is yours.
This is Ethan Page's entrance music from AEW. Right? This is his theme from AEW. We know this. Okay? Got character. It's unique.
Yep.
Okay? Here is Ethan Page's WWE theme. Did you hear the fucking ego producer tag? Why does Def Rebel have to do this to every single person? Why does it always have to put a fucking producer tag in the beginning of it? His AEW theme was fine, and I'm sure you could have just ripped it off and nobody would have questioned it. And I understand that he's technically a free agent, but like, the fucking music in WWE sucks ass. And honestly, That was my only problem from NXT Battleground, was that I heard the fucking ego producer tag and vomited in my mouth.
Yeah, I just Def Rebel needs to be gone from the company sooner rather than later. I just mentally can't take another theme song where they say a little catchphrase right at the beginning and it goes into stock generic guitar riff number 3. I'm over it, man.
His AEW theme, it had video game sounds, and yeah, it said ego, but it was in a fucking rap, and it was supposed to be like him rapping it or whatever. Like, it made sense. It's not just fucking ego. It's like, fuck off. I don't want to hear this shit. It's just so bad. And you can take someone like Ethan Page and give him that music, and he walks out to an NXT championship match, and you're like, I know Ethan Page is going to lose, because they would not give him music like that if they actually cared about him.
Yeah.
Overall, though, I outside of my ears bleeding at another Def Rebel monstrosity, I actually had fun with this match. I thoroughly enjoyed everything that all ego Ethan Page had to bring to the table in NXT, and this is Trick's first title defense, second title defense, first title defense.
Yeah.
I'm not able to watch much NXT, but when I do, I try to pay as much attention as possible.
The only thing for me is it seemed like, I don't know if they had to suddenly wrap it up or something, but it seemed like it just was like, boom, done.
Yeah, it did seem kind of quick.
Okay. Because I was like, oh, it's 10:30. There's got to be something else. Oh, no, we're just done.
Yeah, and I don't know if it was like a time thing or what. I feel like there also was putting. I'm gonna put my conspiracy cap on. I'm gonna get my tinfoil hat on, and we're gonna get into the conspiracy zone real quick. I'm wondering, because there were rumors that AEW would have apparently been open of working with WWE. I'm wondering if them having Ethan Page with a shitty theme, being presented like shit, and then losing quickly to Trick Williams. Nothing against Trick. Not that he couldn't win a match with one trick knee. I'm sure he could. But, look who showed up late. But, no, I feel like Trick Williams could definitely, win a match with one trick knee. But
I feel the same.
Okay.
Anyways, now that T-Pain is here...
Kev, what did you think about Trick Williams versus Ethan Page now that we're done, basically done the episode?
I have not seen that. I have seen Uba Femi at Launch a Man, though. That was cool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
It's a Uba.
Oh, sorry, it's not Uba?
No, it's Oba.
No.
Oba, sorry. Uba just sounds cooler.
Yeah, Uba idiot.
Uba, oops.
Hey, how's your truck?
I actually didn't finish it because
my God.
It's that was a project I should not have started because I was like 2 hours. Yeah, no. So that I'm gonna go back and watch the NXT brought to you by UFC and TNA and WTF and
So anyway,
what was it? It was a UFC store or what?
Yeah, so it was at the UFC Apex.
Yeah, they went
in
to a
Las Vegas.
store.
Yeah, they went to it.
And
they went to a
wrestling.
UFC gym in a
House.
shopping mall. Yeah,
I'd watch it.
I'd watch that. I thought that
I would watch that.
But anyway, as I was saying,
match, it sounds great.
as I was saying before, I was cut off by T-Pain. I definitely feel like this NXT Championship match, because it was like, again, WWE and TNA and UFC, and then you have Ethan Page, who's like an AEW guy, right? Like, people are still going to look at him that way of he came from AEW, and they were even like, he's all ego? They were like, what does that mean? Like, I feel like it was a little bit of WWE being like, hey, just take some digs at AEW real quick, like...
Ego.
I hate that. Fuck it. Kev, did you hear his theme? Did you hear
No,
they
like
gave
his theme
Ethan,
song?
They gave him a shitty Def Rebel theme. Another
course
one
they
bites
did.
the dust. Yeah.
Oh, goddamn. What is the... Man, Def Rebel must be working for, like, food stamps or something, because I hope that wasn't like $1 million contract.
Either that or
Jim
they're like
Johnson.
guaranteed and they don't need to try anymore.
I guess they'll be like, you gave us 20 years guaranteed? Fuck no. What did you shit out this morning? Yeah, give them that.
Perfect,
What's
Greg.
Jim
This
Johnson
is why we keep
doing?
you on payroll. I'm probably sucking down martinis with Kevin Dunn on a beach in Boca Raton.
I was the other day.
What's the NFL joke when the team loses? Where they go? Tahiti?
Bermuda.
Oh, Bermuda. That's it.
Yeah.
There's in Bermuda.
I was looking at my Spotify playlist the other day because I have like a playlist of like wrestling themes for like when I'm in the gym and shit. And there's like, I think the only Def Rebel theme on there is Joe Gacy's theme. That's like the only one.
Shit. Here, I'll tell you right now. I'll pull mine up because I have a few. I don't think any of them are Def Rebel though. Actually, you know what my favorite one is that I wish he would use, but I don't think, get out of here, that he's not going to use is, oh God, no, I can't find it. There's my foot.
Metalingus, Alter Bridge.
I have that. Voices, Orton's theme by Rev Theory. They did their own version of it. It's good. It's throw 2 more plates on each side. Good.
Oh, you talking about a little workout song.
Yeah.
Little workout boy.
Yeah.
Creatine and broccoli going. Okay.
Don't forget the
I still
rice.
think the best WWE wrestling theme is still Batista's. There's nothing
now
better.
that I feel like we could go on a long tangent on if we're talking about best, because best, that is a really hard one to. I would have issues nailing down what I think the best WWE theme is.
Well, maybe we
Stone
can do
Cold's
it one
gotta be
day
up there.
for a video.
Ooh, a little extra episode. Okay.
Yeah.
We could-
Honestly,
we
I
could-
feel like
Hey,
I feel
we
like
could do
that's a
a
lot of
tier
back and
list for the
forthing.
YouTube.
Oh,
There you go. Because honestly, like
that.
I'm just gonna throw a few out there: Cena, Stone Cold, Orton's, even like the one he has now, and I'd even argue the Rocks. Like those 4 specifically, you could argue are the greatest of all time. But we won't get into it now. We will save that little nugget for.
We'll
you
save
say
that for a
Batista?
video because that's a good idea.
Did you
Real
say
quick,
Batista?
though.
Because if you didn't say Batista, you're wrong.
I
It's
already
good.
said
Is it the best
Batista.
ever? Is it the best ever? I don't know. We're not going to do it. I am going to segue though, because I am curious, and then it'll be nice and short because I know Danny can answer this.
My God.
Why? What is the joke with the Bermuda thing? Like, why is that a thing with the NFL?
Because we like beaches. I don't know.
Oh, is that it? Oh, I thought there was more to it than that. I always feel like I see like, oh, Giants went to Bermuda, or Eagles went to Bermuda.
Well, yeah, because where else are you going to go once the season's over? You're not going to go to
Yeah.
North Dakota.
That would be funny though.
You get done with
The
a
winners
football
go to
season.
Disney
You
World,
just
the
got
losers go to Bermuda.
See?
you just got beat up
Oh.
for however many. You just got the shit beat out of you for your fucking job, and now you just want to go sit on a fucking beach, put your feet in the water. Sounds
But
great to
that's
me.
not where Dutch wanted to go. He didn't want to go to Bermuda. He wanted to go to Tahiti.
I don't know if Dutch played in the NFL. Maybe it's different for Cowboys.
I feel like
Going to Tahiti, Dutch.
Go Tahiti. One more job, Dutch.
He
Need the
played
money.
for Dallas, too.
One more job, Arthur.
Him and Jerry Jones would get along a little too well for my liking.
Is Jerry Jones the guy that was like during that one halftime game? He's like, "You guys gotta lock it in. I'm sick of seeing my boys lose," and I just got so much joy from that. Was that him?
Well, he was doing that, but he was talking to the referees because the Lions were losing, or Lions were winning, and the Cowboys were losing. He's like, "You gotta lock it in." He's talking to
Call those fouls, boys, if you don't see
Dallas
them.
refs.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Jerry Jones is what, like 800 years old now?
Jerry Jones is
so.
Voldemort.
Yeah.
I think he's pushing Yoda age at this point.
Oh no, he's Palpatine. No.
Oh no! Should we throw the flag?
That.
Do it.
Do it. Yes. Do it. I named the stadium after myself. Do it.
Should we name it after you? Yes, do it.
Do it, please. It would make
Ah.
me happy.
You guys blew it. You had such a good lead.
All right, okay, don't get started going down that rabbit hole. Goodness.
I knew it.
Oh, Tom, no! Screw it.
The field goes broken. Quick, glue it.
Stop!
That one was a stretch.
Stop it.
That one-
One of those,
you need a lot of glue for that.
Do it.
Oh my god, this is devolving. This is devolving so quickly.
Yeah, we were
Jerry,
so on
When
track.
FGK shows up, turns into a shit show. That's what happens.
Jerry, what happened what did Dak do earlier today? Oh, he threw it.
And he definitely blew it.
Wait, did you hear about what happened to Aaron Rodgers' knee? Yeah, he blew it.
Oh, boo! Mike, I said that one. Boo!
I know. I thought that was just nice to have the first part of that. Speaking of Aaron Rodgers, what's he drinking lately?
Kombucha and virgin blood, I believe.
Dolphin semen and Mountain Dew.
The forbidden flavor. Ew.
Ooh. Take my
It's
semen
okay,
with an
it's actually
80-20.
Real quick
What?
sidebar for a real thing.
Oh no!
I was at the corner store the other day. Do you know what the new flavor of Dr. Pepper is?
Dolphin semen?
Cream soda.
coconut.
Ew.
Ooh, cream coconut. Ooh.
Ew.
Creamy coconut.
Why'd they call it creamy coconut?
Ew.
What, you don't like your
Honestly,
coconuts
soda.
creamy?
It's the Y that's killing it. If they would have called it cream coconut, it sounds a little bit better. Creamy coconut sounds like that coconut was really excited before I milked it.
I don't.
That's what I get like when I drink
Your
Dr.
coconut,
Pepper.
it's creamy.
Oh my!
Oh. Next week, next episode, the creamy episode.
Cream at the castle reactions.
Look,
Cream
your
at the
coconut.
castle. Ew.
Oh
Ew!
my god!
That's what Scotland's gonna do when Drew McIntyre wins. They're just
They
gonna
are
be
gonna-
creaming all
Cause,
over the arena.
Castle.
Speaking of Clash, is that this Saturday?
Yeah.
See,
Did you guys already do predictions yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Indeed, we did.
Yeah, we did the
Awesome.
episode already. You joined at the end.
Well, good. We'll throw mine in there because I'm not sure how much Danny has told you, but I think it would be a fantastic idea to take, an actual tally of everybody's choices and, see who's the best pick'ems is.
Start keeping track of who's the best picker.
You guys
so
can do that.
I
That's
will.
too much
What'd you
work.
call me?
The best picker.
I don't think you can say that. So I will just quick throw mine out, and then I'll go back and I'll get yours. I won't have you unless you guys know off the top of your head. But
I think
so
we
there
all
should
agree.
be 5 matches that we.
you're not wrong.
Okay. So let me see. Off the top of my head, so Drew and Priest.
Mhm.
I'm gonna have. This is really hard. I think I'm gonna have Drew go over because I
Gross.
can't believe they wouldn't have. They wouldn't cuck Glasgow twice. Once with Roman, once with him. Even though I do feel like CM Punk is going to interfere, and I feel like that's definitely going to be a thing that happens.
So we were thinking the exact same thing then, Kev, because I'm also calling for a Punk interference.
Yeah,
And I think Drew's gonna
Punk
win.
is going to interfere. When it comes to the tag titles, first of all, I don't give a shit. I guess let's just have they're gonna retain. I think these are titles that they'll lose maybe next week, and then maybe they'll have a fight at SummerSlam. Like infighting. Oh, who's better, Bianca or Cargill? I'll have them retained at Clash.
Uh-huh.
That's 2 matches. What's third? Oh, Intercontinental. I'm gonna have Sammy. I don't think it's Chad Gable's time yet. I feel like there's way too much story left to tell. Plus, with this whole contract thing coming up, I don't see him winning it here. But maybe SummerSlam.
Ooh, there we go. A little disagreement.
A little different.
The three of
Yeah.
us on the Sammy ship. Okay.
I could see him winning, but also I feel like they would have just had him win last pay-per-view, not this one. I feel like this one doesn't necessarily make as much sense. Don't be wrong. I'd love to see him win, but I just don't think he's winning this one. 2 more. The I Quit match. See, this is where I'm torn because I know I'm either going to be wrong on one of these or both of these. I want AJ to win. I want AJ to win. I want Cody to say I quit, and I want AJ to have another WWE title run. But I don't think he's going to. I think Cody's going to go over. Cody has to be the Cena. He can't be the one that says I quit. There's no way he's going to be the one that says I quit. Even by nefarious means of like Rock and Foley, where he's knocked out cold and he shoves a mic in his face and he goes, I quit. And it's not, you didn't really say it. I don't even think that's going to happen. I do think AJ is going to quit. I hope this isn't the end of the feud because I would love to see where else this goes. But I feel like Cody can't say I quit. You can't have your fresh champion who beat Roman Reigns say I quit, 2 months later. I'm going to have Drew go over, but I'm going to have Cody retain, even though I don't want him to. I want my boy to win. And then I can't think of the fifth match, for being honest.
WWE Women's Championship, Bayley versus Piper Niven.
That's why I forgot. I'm sorry. Who cares? Bayley. Bayley's going to retain.
Ooh, okay, so we do got some different picks. Okay.
A little bit of mix up there, yeah.
There we go, and we'll keep track. We'll see who's the best.
We'll tell you guys next week.
Actually, get some bits to come back to, so we have some fresh things to talk about. Baby, I am all for it.
I will say this though. I know the last few times, especially the last 3 pay-per-views, we've all been like, I think we all went 100 for 100 on all the picks. This is the first one where some of these really could go either way, and it's a nice feeling. Honestly, Drew and the world heavyweight really could go either way, and I like that. It's not like, oh, duh, he's gonna win. Duh, it's Roman versus Zack Ryder. Yeah, he's gonna win. Whatever. I like how some of these really could go either way. It's nice to have even though it's only 5 matches, it's nice to go either way.
What WWE were you watching where you got Roman Reigns versus Zack Ryder?
Oh shit, maybe that was 2K24.
Oh, you were playing Universe mode again.
I was playing My Faction. You know where else you can watch My Faction? At our YouTube.
YouTube.com at 3Countout Podcast. Probably the same channel that you're listening to this on. If you're on Spotify, go over to YouTube. Again, at 3Countout Podcast. You can watch Jackal and Kev play the worst game mode in 2K24.
What are you talking about? It's everybody's favorite.
Yeah, finish the sentence. There you go.
It's everybody.
Sorry. I'm glad you were able to squeeze that up because I just got a head rush trying to get that one out.
Oh, is anybody else seeing stars?
Don't make me spend more of my money. Don't like that video.
Please. Oh, yeah. Actually, no. Yeah, go watch it. Like the video. I want to spend Kevin's money.
Yeah. That's the only good part about this. Jackal, would you rather play more My Faction or hang out with the racist cops from Cosplay Prowrestling?
Ooh, you know what? Maybe I will play more. You know what? I'll go buy a like bot to like that video real quick.
Oh, loophole.
Free YouTube likes. Not seeing any.
Dang it. Damn it. Well, there goes that plan, I guess.
I mean, you can just have Kev buy more, so that way we have to spend more of Kev's money.
Hey, I said I would buy more of My Faction cards, not views. I'm not a whore. Well, maybe a little bit.
Oh, yeah, there you go. I was going to say a little bit.
A little bit of horror.
All right, so based off of what Danny was saying, I had some dip. You guys all agreed on most of the matches then?
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah.
What were your guys' picks then? Since you guys agreed, I'm also it'd be easier to get them all out. World Heavyweight, what'd you guys have?
Drew.
Go back and listen to the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Got him.
Yeah. You showed up late. You don't get to know. You gotta go back and listen.
I guess that's fine. I guess that's also fair. I decided to work on my truck, and that's my bad.
That's what you get.
That's why you hire a mechanic.
Why spend hundreds of dollars when I can bust my finger 8 times? I mean, come on.
Hey, listen, man. Sometimes it's worth paying somebody to do it for you.
Telling the goddamn truth, it was a great idea up until I took the fucking thing off, and I said, "Why did I do this?"
It was a good idea until it wasn't.
Yeah.
Usually how it goes. Oh my God, LA Knight not on the card. That's
why don't we have LA Knight versus Logan Paul or whatever?
No, you mean still... our United States champion?
Okay, all right, hold on a minute.
Off.
Oh my God.
Jeez.
Okay.
He has to be the United States champion because he can't be the Intercontinental champion or the World Heavyweight champion because he can't go to Japan.
Oh.
Ooh.
He has to be the United States champion. That's all he can have.
SummerSlam.
I mean, yeah, if we're being real about it, yeah, it's the Ohio boy going to defend the title in Cleveland to help with the Cleveland build-up. Yeah, it's going to be happening at SummerSlam.
But I don't want LA Knight to lose. I want him to win.
Yes, we do. No, we don't.
What?
At this rate, I'd rather have Bad Bunny win the U.S. title.
What?
No,
You don't want LA Knight to win a fucking U.S. title?
No, I'm sorry. You said L.A. For some reason, I heard Logan Paul. Sorry. I'm just that in
No,
that,
Jackal
that much
wants Logan
disdain.
Paul to
No,
win.
he's like
I
from
want LA
LA.
Knight to win.
We do want, yeah. LA Knight needs to win. I mean, honestly, he
Yeah.
should probably win a different title. Yeah, but
Yeah.
When I looked up the card earlier, they were like, "Oh, well, these matches still might make it." I don't think they will because Triple H, for some godforeseen reason, says, "What? 6 matches? No. Who's gonna watch 6 matches on one pay-per-view?
Get out of here.
Get out of here with
You
that."
get like 5 30-minute matches. I like when
Tony
the
Khan's
cards
like-
aren't long. I like that.
Yeah, Tony Khan's like, I can squeeze 13 into a show.
I
Yeah,
think
Tony-
Danny said it literally perfect. I think he said it last podcast where he's like, Tony Khan is like, let's get 16 matches. Triple H is, let's get 4. Can we just find a happy medium?
Happy medium, please.
Triple
Somewhere
H-
in the middle.
Triple H gets like 5 or 6 matches, and he lets them all breathe. And I like that more than AEW, where you get like fucking everybody on the cards on the pay-per-view, and it's like, dog, chill. Like,
Yeah,
Like,
you
there's-
get some
there's a
absolute
lot of
banger matches,
matches.
and then you get some that are awful.
I
Yeah.
will say this, I guess, because I've been bitching about this, and for once, both the WWE and World Heavyweight title are being defended on a pay-per-view as they should. I've been bitching about that for weeks. Intercontinental, cool. All right, that can be defended. Those don't necessarily have to be defended on pay-per-views. I think on like big occasions, big blow-off, big rivalries, yes.
yeah, they can be
But
your TV
not-
titles.
Exactly. Those can be defended on Raw, SmackDown, because if I go to Raw or SmackDown and they're like, oh yeah, Intercontinental or, even tag titles, we can throw tag titles in there. They don't have to be defended. World Heavyweight Championships should be defended on pay-per-views. So I will give them credit. Both are being defended. I'm happy about that. It should be a good pay-per-view regardless.
And hey, at least we don't have to call Cody Rhodes the undisputed WWE Universal Heavyweight Champion of the world. Or whatever.
Thank God they dropped all of those fucking adjectives.
I mean,
Jesus
I think they
Christ.
should also just drop the undisputed part and just make it the WWE Championship, because you have a World Heavyweight Champion, so you can have an undisputed World Champion. But what the fuck do I know? But
I think they're going
thank
to.
God
I think
they
this
made it
is
shorter.
I think it's an in stages thing because I feel like that's what's going to happen. I feel like eventually it's just going to be WWE Champion and then World Heavyweight Champion. And then in 5 years, as they do, they'll combine them again for whatever fucking reason.
Yeah, I feel like you can at least get away with calling Cody Rhodes the undisputed WWE Champion, because if you're looking at him or Damian Priest, he's definitely the face of the company right now. Like you could definitely you could call him undisputed in that sense. But I mean, I feel like after a little bit, they're gonna have to go back to just calling it the WWE Championship, because it's just a mouthful, man. It's so much.
So
Yeah,
Even
they
the
keep
World
on trying to
Heavyweight
make
Champion.
it more important, and it's like, just call it the WWE. That's fine, guys. You're allowed to have a belt for your company. It doesn't
Yes.
have to be the Supreme Overlord Commander of all time championship belt. Not needed.
Well, you know anything else you want to talk about? Kev, you just showed up. Anything you want to talk about?
I wish WWE treated Ricochet better. I guess tonight is his last appearance on WWE. I will personally miss him.
Well,
I liked watching his matches when they actually fucking used him.
I don't know if his contract is up yet. I think he still has.
I just saw
little bit
something
left.
on the dirt sheets, we'll call him, that tonight is his last actual scheduled appearance. So he'll show up tonight, and then after that, maybe show up again. But this is the last time he'll be scheduled.
So how do you think WWE is going to kill off Ricochet?
Braun Breaker.
Braun Breaker. Oh my God, Braun Breaker's gonna kill him and break him in half, literally.
Yeah. Braun Breaker's gonna eat him.
I think they're going to use the gunshot sound effect in his entrance, but it's going to be a real gun, and they're just going to shoot him.
What the fuck?
Here comes Ricochet.
Bang! You
And
wanna
there
leave our
goes
company?
Ricochet.
I'll show you.
Now, if this took place in Houston, Texas, that would hit a little too close to home.
The Ricochet finally caught him.
The Ricochet caught him.
Ricocheted right into his
New wrestler, Lee Harvey Oswald.
bang!
Oh, no.
And then when Ricochet goes to AEW, Lee Harvey Oswald follows him. We get a Lee Harvey Oswald as all elite poster. That'd be great.
But he's like Oswald in Leroy or something in AEW instead.
Leroy Oswald, yeah.
All right, we need to get in the horn with WWE and AEW. Tell them we got a match that's cooking.
Hey, listen, your next NXT pay-per-view, I got you. Let me book it. We'll get AEW and WWE working together.
Does anyone else think JFK's head just sort of did that on its own?
What?
It could have.
No, just me?
Honestly, I think at that point in time, he didn't actually get shot. He figured out how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop, and it blew his mind.
He found out Victoria's
I didn't realize
Secret.
we turned into a true crime podcast. What the fuck?
The conspiracy theory podcast.
Ooh, that would be wrestling conspiracy theories. Would be another good episode.
Oh my goodness!
Oh yeah, we can talk about Owen Hart.
All the good ideas.
Did Hulk Hogan really take a steamer? Ooh!
Oh, he did. We've seen the video. Do you think it'd be really awkward if, say Ricochet leaves WWE and he goes to TNA? Do you think it's gonna be like breaking up with your ex, but like you still got to see her on Sundays?
Well, hold on. Because that happened during Battleground. Fucking Dana Brooke showed up. And commentary. Vic Joseph on commentary.
By Elegance.
Yeah, he was like, Book, it's Ash by Elegance. He had to like catch himself from saying it's Dana Brooke.
Of all the people we want to see, that is not nowhere even near the list to be put on the list. Oh my god! I think whenever me and Mike watched TNA, I think we both stopped caring as soon as she popped up on screen. And went, okay, so anyway, so what's going on over here? Oh, it's over. We can watch again.
Yeah, I only watched TNA for Joe Hendry.
Honk, shoo, honk, me. Huh? Are we done talking about Dana Brooke? Okay, good. I can interject myself back into the conversation.
Well, we maybe could just if we're all done talking. If we have do we have anything else, or because we are almost an hour and a half in.
I want to talk about BTW and SGW next week. Two companies that deserve a spotlight, baby.
Yeah,
I'm down.
Backyard trampoline wrestling and Uganda soft ground wrestling.
Keep an eye
backed
out.
by
Keep
Will
your ears
Ospreay and
yeah.
Maximum Male Models.
We got to talk about Lord White and his white minions.
Yeah, Lord White and his minions. Hey, we'll talk more about that next week. So you gotta tune in then for us to talk about it. But if you enjoyed us and you want to find more of us, you can find us over at YouTube at 3 Counting Out Podcast. You can find us on Spotify, the 3 Count Out Podcast. You can find us basically anywhere podcasts are available. And if we're not available there, tell me, and I'll make us available there, because why not? But really, go over to our YouTube. We're posting videos there. We talked about the tier list. I'm sure that'll come out at some point. There's some other stuff coming out that I don't know if we can talk about yet, but there's going to be some stuff happening there. And then, like I said, over on TikTok at 3 Counting Out Podcast, we go live there anytime we're at wrestling events. Like I said, I may or may not be going. I can neither confirm nor deny that I'll be going to an AEW event at the end of the month, and I can neither confirm nor deny that I will try to pull out my phone and stream the main event. But we'll cross that road when we get there. If you enjoyed me, you can find me at twitch.tv/EraV1 or YouTube at EraV1 Music. And Jackal, where can I find you?
If you enjoyed what I did, you can find me scrounging around in your garbage can outside looking for that old cheeseburger wrapper.
I thought that was a raccoon.
Or if that doesn't really work out too well for you, I guess twitch.tv/JackalJoker or youtube.com/JackalJoker works just as good.
If you need me to fix your truck, I don't want to, because I don't even want to fix mine. That being said, you can also find me at youtube.com/FireGuyKev, where I'll be streaming games, this and that, and golf, and me fixing my truck.
Truck vlog.
Episode 1. Why did I do this?
Episode 1. Fuck.
And if you want to hear more of me, all you have to do is turn around. I'm right behind you.
Oh my god, it is him.
How did you get in my room?
There he is. How are you in 3 separate rooms at the same time?
And then the mic could teleport.
Correct. Just let it happen.
Oh.
No. This is so awkward. I'm just gonna slowly back out of here. I'm just gonna. Okay, you stay there. Don't. I'm gonna turn around. You leave me the fuck alone.
I'm gonna give in the mic, sweet Karat. I'm gonna let that happen.
And you know what happens when you give in? I put you up for the pin. Do the count.
No. Somebody count it.
2, 3. There you go, makes a winner.
I kicked out at 3.5. I'm still strong. Still looking strong.
Oh, look at the Hogan kick out.
I kicked out, and I'm not happy. I'm happy.
I still look strong. I still look tough, brother.
Raphael's 2. We need that rap from Cosplay Wrestling. It was 2.
2. There's 2.
God, we gotta find that dude. Oh, that was.
I swear to God, Mike, that Bowser was 9 feet tall. The Bowser was the biggest human.
Watching the TikTok live, he looked like a fucking mountain compared to everybody else.
Yeah.
It was like, he's large.
I'm not going to be surprised if he shows up as the newest member of, like, the fucking Wyatt faction or whatever in, like, 6 months from now. Because, well, actually, no. He's not going to do that because I forgot. Triple H doesn't have a fetish for big people.
Yeah. Nah. You can't be bigger than Triple H. He's got to be the biggest guy in the room.
No, you got to.
But hey,
fuck you,
hey, ref from Cosplay Pro Wrestling. If you're listening to this, call me.
Hit me up.
Call me. Hit me up.
Numbers 242
Whoa.
222
Whoa.
2222.
Oh. I don't.
Call me.
Okay.
Just gonna go dox yourself like that.
Yep. No, it's okay. It's okay.